So I've been asked to produce a simpler video of how Tactician is played. In order to play Tactician, you need to make an army of between 8 and 20 units. Units are represented by the tokens that you see in this picture. There are pikemen, mounted archers, archers, and knights. Each has special abilities called unit abilities. Each has a unit advantage where they are stronger against another unit. Each one has a separate movement range and a cost when you resupply them. All of this can be found on your quick reference card. There are also class features based on whether the unit is a dismounted class, pikemen and archers, or a mounted class, like a knight or mounted archer. All turns have 3 phases to them: movement, combat, and resupply. I'm going to go ahead and start off with 2 archers. One is sharing space with a tree, and one is standing in a field. I'm going to go versus 2 mounted archers. This is not an ideal army setup for blue because archers are strong against mounted archers. We base this on archers having a steady platform to shoot from, i.e. the ground, whereas mounted archers are trying to fire from the back of a horse. In order to determine who goes first, you roll 1 die each. Whoever has the highest roll gets to go first. Alright, well, it looks like red is going first. Now, archers have a movement speed of 2 spaces and a range of 5. Right now, the mounted archers are out of their range. So they're going to each move up 1. So that's all the units that we're demonstrating with. That's the end of the movement phase. Combat phase, you take 2d6 if your unit is strong against the opposing unit. I've decided that this archer is going to attack this mounted archer. Because the attacking archer has an ally that can also make the shot, standing to its left, from my point of view, then it gets a +1. So that roll would be 2d6 plus 1. Similarly, the mounted archer has another mounted archer. However, mounted archers have a range of 4, as well as a movement of 4. So they cannot fire back. They are out of range. At this point, it gets a +1 to defense, but there is no way for either of them to return fire. What do I mean by return fire? Well, let's go ahead and roll and see what happens. Wow. So at this point, we have 10 plus 1, we have 11, versus 1 plus 1, 2. That mounted archer is going to be either routed from the field or destroyed. If the archer had been within the mounted archer's attack range and it had won the combat roll, then it would be the archer facing either destruction or routing. In order to determine if a unit is routed or destroyed, you have to roll 1 die each with no bonuses. It's purely luck. Defenders win ties. Both units roll a 6. So the mounted archer is routed, not destroyed. That means it's placed into a separate pile beside the battlefield and can be redeployed for half cost. Well, that archer has fired, so this one is going to fire on that mounted archer. Again, we get to roll 2 dice plus 1 for having an archer on our side. another roll of 11 versus a roll of 6. Let us see again if it's routed or destroyed. It is destroyed. The red rolled 5, blue rolled 4. So at this point, the victory conditions have been met. All enemy units have been removed from the field. However, just to show you the final phase, red is going to go ahead and roll resupply points. It gets 4 points, which would be enough to acquire a pikeman. So the pikeman is going to be deployed up to 3 spaces from the enemy side, from red's side, and at least 2 spaces away from any blue units, of which there are none. So I hope you've enjoyed this short introduction to Tactician. If you like what you see, please click the link below to our Kickstarter. Thank you very much.